I welcome you to my online class. Hope all of you are very well. I am also well, Alhamdulillah. During this pandemic situation, we are carrying on our online classes. I hope you are watching those videos and getting benefited. Today I am going to discuss an essay by George Orwell. George Orwell, he was a novelist, essayist, critic. He wrote many political satires. He was born in 1903, Bengal, India. He was the son of Richard, who was a civil servant. His mother was Ida Limousin, daughter of a tea merchant. George Orwell, he went to England in 1904 with his mother and sister. There he attended a school, Eton School, and he became very conscious of the class system. He returned to Burma in 1922 as a sub-divisional police officer. He served Imperial Police from 1922 to 1927. He left the job in 1927. After leaving the job, he continued to write. He engaged himself in writing. In 1934, he wrote Burmese Days. In 1944, he wrote Animal Farm. It gained name for him. Shooting an Elephant, it is an essay. So we have to know what is essay. Essay is a literary composition on a single subject matter where the writer or author shares his experiences, opinions or ideas. Shooting an Elephant, it is an autobiographical essay, and we know autobiography means where the writer or author gives his personal information himself. Though in Shooting an Elephant we do not get in detail the personal information of George Orwell, but we do know what happened to him, his life when he was a police officer in Burma, and why he left the job. And he shares his bitter experiences, the bitter relationship that continued among the rulers and the ruled. Let us know the story of the Shooting an Elephant. In Shooting an Elephant, the author very successfully, very nicely depicts the bitter relationship between the ruled and the rulers. He depicts the psychological conflict of the whites and the blacks. He depicts how the ruled were tortured in the prison cell. He also depicts how the European were jeered at, mocked at. Through a tiny incident, just shooting of an elephant, he depicts the evil nature of imperialism. Now let us see what is imperialism. Imperialism, it means when a strong country or powerful country imposes its rules on weaker countries. It imposes its cultural activities on them and takes its resources. This is called imperialism. Orwell was against imperialism. In Shooting an Elephant, George Orwell, in the first para, he says how the Burmese people treated the Europeans. And as he was an Anglo-Indian, he was an obvious target. He shares some experiences, how he was kicked in the football field by a Burman, and the referee was another Burman who didn't notice the matter. He depicts how the Buddhist priests jeered at the Europeans. They threw betel juice over the dresses of the female European. George Orwell, he was always against the oppressors, and he was always for the Burmese. He said this thing in the second para, and he says that theoretically and secretly he was all for the Burmese and all against their oppressors. Though he loved the Burmese people, as a police officer, he has to perform his duties. He depicts the nasty torture of the police officers in the close quarters, how the Burmese people were, tortured with bamboos on their buttocks. They were kept in a dirty prison cell. So he started the essay in this way. Then he shared with us a tiny incident. He got a phone and he came to know that an elephant, which is a tame one, and has an attack of must, and it ravaged the bazaar and killed a man. Immediately he take preparation to go to the spot. He took a rifle, .44 Winchester. He says this, and on the way he asked several people what happened actually. Nobody tells him directly anything. So he thought it may be a pack of lies. When he reached the spot, the other police officers, they were waiting for him. After going there, he came to know that this incident is true. This elephant really killed a Dravidian coolie. So he sent for a big rifle. He thought if the elephant is mad, he will kill it. So he was going. As he was going, the rifle on his shoulder, he thinks himself as a fool. He observed that at least 2,000 Burmese were following him. First of all, he thought he would not kill the elephant. He will test the behavior of the elephant. If it is not crazy, he will leave it to its mahout. Then, as he is on the way, the Burmese people, they were following him and they were actually very happy. They thought that the elephant is going to be shot. Orwell never thought to kill it. He asked an experienced Burman, what was the doing of the elephant? The Burman, said that the elephant is calm now, but it will be crazy again if we leave it. So Orwell gets the answer that he may shoot the elephant. He tries his best to save the elephant, not to destroy a wealth, not to you know make any damage for its mahout. He wears a mask. His mask fits him very well. He says that the Anglo-Indian or the police officers who are engaged in colonial state, they have two duties. One is to impress the people, the natives, and the other is to not to be laughed at. Whenever he was going to the spot and the people were following him, he looked like fool. He himself says he is a puppet. He becomes a puppet, pushing to and fro by the wheels of the natives. Then when he reached the spot, he saw the elephant was very, very, calm. He thought he will not kill it, but he has no other alternative. So he was bound, he was pressurized to kill the elephant. He realized that even the ruler, they also did not have the freedom to do according to their will. We see how helpless a police officer is in front of the native people. She shot the elephant. It took several hours to die. After this, he says, the last para he says, there is a discussion about the shooting of the elephant. The European, the older ones said he did the right thing, but the younger officers, they said he did a wrong. He killed an elephant for a coolie. In the last line he says, he killed the elephant only not to be looked as a fool. So through this little essay, this small piece of essay, he shares with us the evil aspect of imperialism, how it destroys the peace of mind of the rulers and the ruled, how the ruler and the ruled behaved with one another. There is a hostile relationship among them. It is very clear in shooting an elephant. Thank you very much. Hope all of you will stay at home and follow all the safety measures. Thank you very much.